What do you expect tonight when Dwight Howard gets there to Orlando? More importantly, the fans as well as the players. How will they treat him?
Well, I expect him to be serenaded with booze. There's no doubt about that. It will be incredibly unpleasant because essentially he wanted to move on from Orlando, whether it was Brooklyn, whether it was Dallas, or in this case, the city of Los Angeles, playing for the Los Angeles Lakers. He wanted out of Orlando, and the manner in which it was handled, where last season was sacrificed because it was such a drama, a soap opera type situation. As far as they're concerned, not only did they have to rebuild and pretty much sacrifice the future, but they had to sacrifice last season. So the fans are not going to be pleasant. They're going to be as vicious as they can possibly be, even though there's a lot of decent, God-fearing citizens in Orlando. So all they're going to do is just serenade him with booze. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna be anything more than that. It's a lot of nice, nice people in Orlando, and the organization is classy in and of itself. So I think Joe Glass and all of those guys, in terms of their PR department, their class, and you'll see them try to handle things with as much class as possible. The players obviously are still stinging from some of the remarks that they perceived Dwight Howard as making, and in fact he did make, in terms of saying that, it was him and nothing else. He pretty much dismissed them, and that's how it's going to be interpreted. So I think Jameer Nelson and guys like that will try to be as classy as they possibly can, but I don't think you'll see a lot of friendliness involved. Ultimately, it's going to come down to, however, exactly what Kobe Bryant said. I think, Skip, you're going to see Kobe Bryant feed Dwight Howard the ball a lot tonight. I think he's going to do, along with Steve Nash, they're going to do whatever they can to make Dwight Howard look as dominant as he can possibly look, to show them precisely what they're missing by not having him as a member of their organization anymore. A matter of fact, I think this is the moment that Kobe Bryant has been looking forward to, because you utilize a moment like this to really establish the fact that he's no longer with y'all. He's a member of Laker Nation now. Get over it, because he's gone and he's not coming back. And I think Kobe is going to do everything he can to facilitate Dwight Howard rubbing it in their nose. He's just hoping that Dwight Howard has that viciousness, that mean streak, that intestinal fortitude to follow his lead and rub it in their face as much as he possibly can. If Kobe and Nash have their way about it, that's exactly what they'll do. We'll see if Dwight Howard follows, which I think he'll try.
But now you're saying that Kobe will want Dwight to react the way Kobe would react, and Dwight is not Kobe Bryant. I believe that Dwight left his heart in Orlando. I think to his dying day, he will look back and regret that he left Orlando. I think he will never be happier than he was being the big fish in the medium-sized pond that is Orlando. Great place to live. I think they're great fans because they're very supportive. They're more like the Oklahoma City, sort of medium to smaller market kind of fans. And Stephen, I don't know how to characterize, almost to the point of stereotyping, the fans in Orlando. You've been to games there, I have not. Do you really think they would go to vicious? Because I'm sure they feel a little betrayed. Yes. And now the latest remarks won't sit well with them.
Well, when I mean vicious, I'm talking of the verbal variety. I'm not talking about
I get it. No,
anything
just
beyond.
booze,
I'm not talking about anything beyond
Cat
that.
calls,
I'm
insults,
telling you that they've got a quote from Nick Anderson, a former member of the Orlando Magic, who's now in their front office. He's quoted in the Orlando Sentinel today in my friend Brian Schmidt's column, where he's talking about Dwight Howard. This is much worse than Shaq's, and that Dwight Howard has absolutely no idea what he's in for. Nick Anderson would know. Brian Schmidt of the Orlando Sentinel, longtime columnist there, outstanding guy. He knows. And that's what they're depicting, and I believe them. I'm going to lean towards what they're saying.
But would it be fair to say that you worked in Philly for 16 years? Would Philly fans be harder on a returning player like Dwight?
It would be a little bit different in Philly.
What I'm saying.
I love Philadelphia.
Yeah, I know you
That's
do.
my second home. But Dwight Howard would need security in Philly.
He would.
I'm serious about that.
And
I'm talking security. I'm not talking about the specter of it, the allure of it. I mean real security. You understand what I'm saying?
And I think it'd be a little different at Madison Square Garden, Boston Garden.
It would.
Might be a little different. Just might have a different feel to it. But I think Dwight can be very emotional. We know he can be a little thin-skinned. You know he likes to soul search. You know he's going to think this to death. And even though Kobe will treat it almost like an all-star game in which you feed the player who plays in that city of the all-star game to try to make him the MVP, that's the way Kobe will treat this game. I'm not sure that Dwight will respond well to that.